All right, I have 6 p.m. and I know it is a busy time of year, so we definitely want to go ahead and get started with this evening's training. So, thank you all so much for joining us. Tonight is the 2024 Cookie Program training for Girl Scouts and their parents or guardians. My name is Emma Miller, and I am the Director of Product Sales for the Girl Scouts of Central Illinois. So I do get the pleasure of organizing and helping to run our Girl Scout cookie program. But when it comes to the nuts and bolts of it, really the Girl Scouts and their parents are out there and really helping move this program forward. So there's all kinds of awesome entrepreneurial experiences for your Girl Scouts, and I'm excited to take you through all of that this evening. Also joining me this evening is our territory sales manager for our baker, ABC Bakers. Reggie Mahoney is joining us this evening. He'll be in the background helping me answer questions. He may answer your question if you pop one in the chat. Reggie, I didn't know if you wanted to say anything to our Girl Scout parents and our girls.
Uh, just thank you for allowing your girl to participate, or daughters to participate in the program this year. Um, we've got a new platform that is directed from GSUSA, and it's more of a Girl Scout branding type program, and it's more of a girl experience program. And I think you're going to love all of the new features that Digital Cookie has to offer, other than what was in Smart Cookies. Smart Cookies was good for the troops and for the volunteers and the service units, but I think this program is going to be great for you all as parents and for your daughters. This is a program that is running throughout the whole country, so every girl is going to be on this program, so on platform. So enjoy, have fun with it, and I know Emma is going to give you a great training tonight. And but once again, just thank you for everything that you do in allowing your daughter to participate. We're excited about it. We're baking the cookies now and getting them ready for deliveries, and real excited. So thank you very much, and have a great holiday season with you and your families in too. Thank you.
Thanks, Reggie. And just to echo him, I do appreciate all of you making time this evening to attend this training. We're going to go through a lot of helpful information, but we're also going to make sure to answer any questions that we may have from our Girl Scouts or their parents as we head into the program. So before we get started, just a couple of housekeeping items. As I mentioned earlier, I am recording this evening's training for any Girl Scouts, parents, or guardians who were unable to join us this evening. With that being said, I will ask that you please remain on mute throughout the presentation, but I will be pausing several times throughout the training to answer questions. Zoom also has a chat feature, so if you see that option available, please feel free to type a question in the chat box. I will either address that when we pause for questions the next time, or Reggie might be able to answer that question as well in the chat box. So we will pause periodically for questions. I am going to go ahead and take myself off camera just to save the distraction of my waving hands. You are welcome to leave yourself on camera or take yourself off, whichever you prefer. But with that, we'll go ahead and get started this evening. Again, we are here to chat about the 2024 cookie program. This year, our cookie program will run February 2nd through March 17th. As many of you probably know, you have received your digital cookie invitation for your Girl Scout. Hopefully that arrived to you yesterday. So that does mean that girl online sales are welcome and able to begin. We'll talk a little bit more about the online sales options and what those mean for your Girl Scout and their customers just a little bit later in the training. So February 2nd signals the time that cookies are allowed to be out and about in the public. Girls can go door to door, stop by their parent or guardian's office, be at a cookie booth, have cookies out and about in the public. We do want to make sure that all of our Girl Scouts and troops are aware that there should be no early sales or no in-person sales before February 2nd. Some of you may be getting your cookies just a little bit earlier than that date, depending on your service unit area's delivery. However, we do ask that no cookies are actually sold in person or given to customers until February 2nd. March 17th is a loose end date. It's not a hard and fast rule that means that all cookies must stop being sold at that time. That date signifies to our volunteers, Girl Scouts, and parents and guardians that that is the date that the council will stop bringing additional cookies into the council. So we will likely have cookies in our inventory, but that will signal to you the date that we will not be bringing any additional trainings or materials for that. So I do see a question that popped in here. I thought this meeting was for troop leaders. That troop training was also yesterday or last Tuesday. So that has been added not to VTK, but to our website. If you go to getyourgirlpower.org and go to the cookies section, there's a volunteer training area, and that has the digital cookie, smart cookie training for our volunteers, as well as the standard cookie training for our volunteers. So this year's theme is Own Your Magic. If your Girl Scout participated in the 2023 Fall Product Program, that theme may look familiar. I do like that over the last couple of years, our Fall Product and Cookie programs have shared the same theme. It's a lot of fun for our Girl Scouts. And this year, the cookie mascot is the axolotl. And she is a really, really cute mascot for the cookie program. And as you'll see throughout the training, there's all kinds of fun axolotl clip art, as well as fun rewards for our girls that are axolotl themed. So as we get our Girl Scouts ready to own their magic, we do encourage our girls and troops to attend our cookie rally. So if you are interested in attending, I would recommend that you reach out to your troop leader and see if the troop plans to attend. That will be January 13th, 2024 at the Interstate Center in Bloomington, Illinois. There's more information and the chance to register for the cookie rally on our website, getyourgirlpower.org. Take a look at where we are going with 2024 cookies. It's always helpful to take a look at where we have been. So taking a look at the last year's program, the 2023 program, we did introduce a new cookie. It was a spin on a new variety with an online only variety. It was called the Raspberry Rally. We did change the shortbread name to the trefoil variety. We also debuted a new reward option, the travel dough option. So I'm very excited about that. We are able to offer that option again this year for the cookie program. If you're new to the cookie program and you're not sure what travel dough is, no worries. We are going to talk about travel dough when we get to the reward section of our training. And finally, we saw a shared theme for the first time ever with the 2022 Fall Product Program. So our girls went bright ahead in 2022, 2023, and this year they are owning their magic during the Fall Product and Cookie programs. So taking 2024, we have all kinds of new things in store for you. We do want to let you know that the Raspberry Rally variety has been paused. We will chat about that up on the upcoming slide here, just to let you know. But that was a decision that GSUSA put forth in late spring this year. As Reggie mentioned in the beginning of the training, we are excited to offer our girls a new online training platform or online cookie platform, Digital Cookie. So we're going to take a look at Digital Cookie and all the ins and outs of the program so that as you're working to set up your Girl Scouts site, you're able to assist her with that. And so we're going to go through all the ins and outs of Digital Cookie. We did announce a council price increase. Our cookies are now $6 per box, and that is for each variety, including our gluten-free caramel chocolate chip variety. With that price increase, we're also going to see a troop profit increase. So the amount that your troops will earn per box has increased this year. That will help troops then to be able to give your Girl Scouts all kinds of fun experiences in order to, help reward them for their hard work during the cookie program. So if your troop is part of the standard reward program, meaning you're going to get all of the items, your troop will earn 65 cents per box sold. And if your troop chooses to opt out of rewards for additional troop profit, that troop will receive 90 cents per box. So as I mentioned, GSUSA did make the decision in May to go ahead and pause the Raspberry Rally variety. The online only launch of this cookie last year really went gangbusters and exceeded GSUSA and the baker's expectations. But as many of you, if you were part of the cookie program last year, you also know that Raspberry Rally caused some logistical challenges as well. So in order to be able to focus on our core varieties and make sure that all of the logistical and supply challenges can be met and simplified, the variety has been paused after Baker Council as well as volunteer and Girl Scout feedback. So the Raspberry Rally variety has been paused for 2024. So we will have talking points available for your Girl Scouts and your troops on our website. So should a customer approach you at a cookie booth or while you're going door to door, you are armed with some information in order to help answer their questions. I also mentioned the $6 price increase. If this was a difficult decision for our council to move from $5 per box to $6 per box, I am proud of the fact that for the last 5 years, our cookie price has remained the same. So we have been at $5 for at least the last 5 years, if not the last 6 years. But there were many different factors that went into this decision, including nationwide inflation. I mean, we all are seeing that pinch at our wallets, whether we go to the grocery store or the gas station. There's also a rising cost of commodities in order to bake the cookies to be able to have them to sell. There's also growing shipping and distribution costs to get the cookies where they need to go. This is also a great time for us to make this transition because our sister councils in Greater Chicago as well as Southern Illinois have made the decision to also increase their price to $6 per box. But that also does bring on a troop profit increase. So as I mentioned, troops with standard rewards will receive 65 cents per box. Troops that opt out of rewards will receive 90 cents per box. And troops will also continue to earn $1 per box donated to our Operation Cookie Share program. So Operation Cookie Share is our troop donation program that we have. So as your troops or girls in general are collecting or selling cookies at cookie booths or door to door, you can also be collecting donations. For example, if a customer at a cookie booth says, "Oh, no, thank you, I'm on a diet," well, you don't have to eat the cookies, but you could send a cookie to someone else. And so with a $6 donation, then we are able to donate a box of cookies to a military service man or woman in either overseas or at home. And so we do like to participate in that program. And to date, we've given over 1 million boxes to our military men and women, as well as first responders. So there's a great troop profit in it, but there's also a great way to give back to our military men and women. So do all councils receive the same 65 cents or 90 troop profit per box? No, that is a council by council decision. So you may see that some councils are offering more troop profit or less troop profit, or their troop profit structure may vary from our council, but that is the structure that our council has gone with for this year. Click back in here. So looking at our digital cookie timeline, hopefully you and your Girl Scout have received your digital cookie registration email. If you have not, then I will go ahead and put my email here in the chat so that you can feel free to send me an email, and I would be happy to get your Girl Scout loaded in as soon as I can tomorrow. So Digital Cookie, again, is our online cookie system. This is also the date. So as of yesterday, Girl Online sales may begin. So if there are shipped only or direct ship orders, those are online orders where customers pay online and then the cookies are shipped to them. There are some shipping rates that are included with that. Those will be processed and shipped as soon as the order is confirmed and processed. If a customer chooses in-person delivery, then those customers will receive notification that their orders will be available on or after February 2nd when the sale goes live. So then that brings us to the direct sale and cookie booth format. We are offering that again from February 2nd through March 17th. Then finally, April 24th, 2024, rewards will be available for pickup at local service centers. Typically, troop leaders will go in to pick those up and distribute to their troops, but sometimes troops will ask parents to go in and pick up for each of their Girl Scouts. So I would just chat with your troop leader to see what they would prefer. Let me click back. So as I mentioned a little bit earlier, all cookie varieties are $6 a box. So that does mean that you can exchange any of the varieties at our local service center. So that does include the gluten-free variety. And so that means that if you need to, or if you want to have your troop leader come in, if you have a variety that's not selling, then you are able to bring those in and swap them out for a different variety. So that is nice for our customers and as well for our parents and troop leaders that all cookie varieties are $6 per box. Customers who are making, writing checks to you for Girl Scout cookie orders, they can make checks payable to GSCI. And then if there are any online payments, there are also payments that can be facilitated via the digital cookie website and app. And girls can also accept credit card information via the digital cookie app as well. So that is nice and easy for our Girl Scouts to be able to collect payments online. When they send out marketing emails to their customers will be prompted to pay via credit card online. But if girls are out and about, they can also accept a credit card payment straight from their digital cookie app. The biggest thing with finances is to make sure that you are making and or asking for receipts. So as you meet with your troop leader to pick up additional cookies, you'll want to make sure to ask that troop leader to write you a receipt. That way they have a copy of the cookie movement as well as you. I also recommend if you give money to your troop leader at all during the cookie program in order to help the troop balance or to turn in cookie money, that you make sure to also ask for a receipt with that as well. Anytime there are cookies or money being exchanged, we definitely want to make sure that there are receipts being exchanged. We do have receipt books available at each of our service centers. We'll have additional receipt books available at our delivery sites as well, but you want to make sure that you're asking your troop leader for receipts and that you're keeping track of those receipts throughout the cookie program. So taking a look at cookie program eligibility, your Girl Scout is welcome to participate as long as she has no outstanding balance to our council and you have completed a parent permission form. So hopefully your troop leaders either have given you or will be giving you a parent permission form here shortly. We do require that any Girl Scout who participates in the cookie program have a parent or guardian sign that permission form. You can also use that permission form to place what we call an initial order. So if you would like to make sure that your Girl Scout has cookies on February 2nd for the start of the sale, you can ask the troop leader to order a few boxes on the initial order. That's going to be due in early January. Then those cookies are delivered the last week of January so that then girls have cookies and are ready to roll on February 2nd. As parents or guardians, you do have a few responsibilities as well. Again, we want to make sure that you are signing the parent permission form for each Girl Scout. This is required for participation, but it is also going to acknowledge your financial responsibility for the cookie program. So that basically means that if you sign that, you are, acknowledging that you are going to follow the policy of no cookie returns. So as a council, we do not accept cookies back from our troop leaders. So we do ask that our troop leaders not return cookies to, or that our Girl Scouts not return cookies to our troops. That just helps to make sure that everyone is above board and knows what is going on with that. So we do want to make sure that you are only ordering the cookies that you need, and that you aren't going crazy. I mean, if you had a great sale last year and sold 3,000 boxes of cookies, we don't recommend that you start there at the 3,000 box level. You'll want to start smaller than that, and then you can add on to that with additional orders. So within the digital cookie system, you're going to help your Girl Scout to set her goals. You're going to work with the troop leader to pick up cookies and sales materials from the troop at a designated time and date. And you're also going to work with the Girl Scout to set up her and approve her her digital cookie online site. Now, the dates that you see on the screen here are not hard and fast. Your troop leader may have different due dates. As a council, these are the dates we recommend for troops to ask their parents to turn in troop cookie money. Each of those dates are a few days before the council takes an automatic withdrawal from the troop bank account. So in order to make sure that there is money in the troop bank account, the troop leader may ask you to turn in any physical money or checks that you've collected so far in the program. Again, I would reach out to your troop leader to verify those dates, but those are the recommended dates that we offer to our troop leaders. So that does take us to the delivery portion of the Girl Scout cookie program. I want to pause here and see if anyone has any questions.
I don't see any, Emma, at this time.
Perfect. Thank you, Reggie. I'll give anyone a second to see if they need to unmute and ask a question, but otherwise we will keep rolling right along. So as I mentioned, if your troop places an initial order and your Girl Scout wants cookies from that initial order, those cookies will be during the week of January 26th through February 1st. So your troop will be coordinating with their service unit coordinator to determine a delivery date. Once that's set, then troops will appear and be able to go to that delivery site and pick up cookies. Then the troop will likely take those cookies back to a different location and then break those cookies down into orders by Girl Scout. So then your troop leader will let you know a date and time that they would like for you to swing by whatever location they may have to pick up those cookies. So we do want to make sure that when you're picking up cookies, that you do bring a vehicle large enough for all of your cookies. So if you have a question about sizing, you can ask your troop leader or reach out to a Girl Scout staff member and we'll be able to assist you. If you need to, you may need to bring a couple vehicles or you can work with your troop leader to figure out how you'll pick up the rest of your cookies. I do want to make sure, especially with this initial cookie order, that you remember to sign the receipt. There should be 2 copies. One will stay with the troop leader for the leader's files. The other will go with you to help you be able to count your Girl Scouts order. And again, you will want that receipt and keep a file of those during the cookie program as well. The order site, there will be order cards, money envelopes, and receipt books. So your troop leader will likely pick those up at their delivery location and bring those back to you so that they can distribute then to their Girl Scouts. As a Girl Scout, if you do get your order card prior to February 2nd, please make sure to remain honest and fair to all other Girl Scouts and don't use that order card until February 2nd when in-person sales go live. So again, if you get that order card ahead of time, please just hold on to it until February 2nd. Sometimes troops, there's a couple different ways troops will have additional cookies. So some troops will do walk-in orders at their local cookie cupboard. Cookie cupboards are at local service centers in Bloomington, Decatur, Peoria, and Springfield. In Champaign and Quincy, your cookie cupboards are run out of the local warehouses there, so you'll want to reach out to staff for the scheduling for that. So troop leaders can go in and place a walk-in order. That means that they will walk into that cupboard, order the cookies that they need, and walk out the door with those cookies. Then our staff will enter that information into the system for then the troop leader to break those down and assign them to girls. Some troops will allow their parents to go to the local cupboard and place a walk-in order as well. Again, I encourage you to check with your troop leader to see what the procedure will be when it comes to cupboards and walk-in orders. Troops also have the ability to place a weekly planned order. That is the only way to guarantee cookies. So if you know that you're going to need a certain amount of each variety for an upcoming activity with your Girl Scout, you can ask your troop leader to place a planned order. Those are due by Sunday evening. And that again is a way to guarantee that those cookies are available. I do encourage our Girl Scouts too to keep up on their inventory by staying on top of marking orders delivered or when they have sold cookies offline. Again, we're going to show you all of those steps for Digital Cookie here briefly, but I do want to make sure that we're staying up on our inventory needs. So that does bring us to rewards. I want to show all of you the fun items that Girl Scouts can earn during the 2024 cookie program, but I do want to make sure that I pause here and see if there are any questions.
No, I don't see any, Emma.
All right. Again, if you have just joined us, we are asking everyone remain muted throughout the training. We are recording this for any future Girl Scouts or parents and guardians who need to catch the training but weren't able to join us this evening. But during these times when I pause for questions, that is a great time to unmute yourself if you do have questions. But otherwise, please feel free to remain muted, and that way we can save the integrity of the recording. So did I hear a question?
Can you hear me, Emma?
Yes.
Are you able to hear me, Emma? Okay.
Yes.
Hi, Emma. I've been on the phone for 34 minutes. I was trying to get in to see the slides, but it just kept saying wait. So I didn't know if you could still add me. If not, it's okay. I'll just keep taking notes.
I've added everyone into the waiting room. So I don't know how to help you be able to see the slides, but I have admitted you as much as I can.
Okay, well, that's okay. I'll just keep listening and taking notes, but thank you anyway.
No problem. We will have a copy of these slides available on our website. So as you take notes, then you can match those up with a copy of that by downloading it off our website.
Sounds good.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Awesome. Perfect. So not hearing any other questions, not seeing any in the chat, we will continue to roll along. Again, please feel free to either use the chat feature or unmute yourself when we pause for questions. But thanks again for all your questions so far and your participation. So just to let you know, your troop leader will be in charge of placing the troop's reward order. If they are unable to make choices, or if your Girl Scout has a choice between cookie dough or an item, and I need to go in at the end before we submit and make sure that all reward choices are made, I will choose cookie dough for a Girl Scout. If once those rewards are delivered and your Girl Scout was like, wait, I wanted that plush instead of the cookie dough, don't worry. We can easily exchange that cookie dough for the plush or for whatever item may be needed. But I do want to let you know that if you have choices, you may want to remind your troop leader, hey, my Girl Scout, wants that plush, or my Girl Scout wants the cookie dough at this level. Just make sure you are working with your troop leader. As we talked about when we looked at the timeline, rewards will be available for troop leaders and or parents and guardians on April 24th. So that is, again, the time when all rewards will go out. Those of you who have been in the cookie program before, you may recall that cookie dough goes out as an online code. That is the date that those online codes will be sent out as well. So all rewards will be available on April 24th. I do want to remind our Girl Scouts and parents that rewards are cumulative. So girls will continue to earn each item as they progress through the cookie program. The only exception to that, and we'll see that here on a couple slides, is the 1,800 box level. If a girl continues selling and earns the Disney Trip or MacBook Pro at 3,000 or more boxes, that 1,800 box level will be forfeited, just to help offset the cost of that Disney Trip or MacBook Pro. Cookie dough also accumulates. So if a girl, for example, sells 500 boxes, she will earn $55 in either cookie dough, travel dough, or some combination of the two, whichever she would prefer. So cookie dough is an online credit that will be emailed to each of our parents and guardians for the Girl Scout that has earned cookie dough at the end of the program. Girls can use that cookie dough for registering for our council-sponsored events or programs. They can use it for their membership for the next year. There will also, in a few slides, be some special cookie dough only items that are available to Girl Scouts in our local boutiques in Bloomington, Peoria, and Springfield and Champaign. And so those will be available for girls who have cookie dough to spend. And if girls don't earn cookie dough, then they are unable to buy those items. So it makes them a little bit exclusive. Leaders may also use girls' cookie dough from their troop as long as they have discussed it with you, their parents and guardians, and they have you sign the cookie dough permission form. So sometimes troops will compile everyone's cookie dough and buy, registrations for a certain event or program, or put it towards uniforms or things like that. Again, that would be something that you'll want to chat with your individual troop leader about. Cookie dough does have an expiration. It will expire September 21st, 2024. So girls will have between April and September to use their cookie dough codes. Some Girl Scouts prefer to use their cookie dough online at the Girl Scouts online shop. If you want to do that, you do need to request a code. The cookie dough code is not a valid form of payment on the Girl Scout online shop. So if you submit a request, then our council team will work with GSUSA to exchange the cookie dough code for a GSUSA online code that then allows you to shop online and use your cookie dough that way. I do want to caution our parents and Girl Scouts that if you want to use your cookie dough online, you do need to make sure to submit an online request by September 6th. It could take up to 14 days to process a request, and so we want to make sure that Girl Scouts have enough time to use their cookie dough code. So any requests after September 6th, unfortunately, will be able to be unfulfilled because we likely won't be able to get the code back from GSUSA. So cookie dough will expire September 21st. If you want to shop online, you'll need to request a code by September 6th. A little earlier as well, travel dough is another option of a reward for our Girl Scouts. Travel dough is great for our travel-minded Girl Scouts if they want to have a Girl Scout travel experience. So it can be used towards our council-sponsored trips. So for example, we have a trip to the Grand Canyon coming up this summer. There's a trip in Japan on the books for 2025. So travel dough can be used for those experiences, as well as council travel camps and Girl Scout destinations. What's really great about travel dough is that it can be earned for a total of 5 cookie seasons and won't expire until the September of that 5th year. So for example, any travel dough earned in the 2024 cookie program will expire in September 2029. So that's a great way for a girl to really start to save up and then use that money towards her trip. What's also great is if you want to use cookie dough towards a trip, you can always make a payment. So for example, if you're already knowing you're going to go to Japan and you earn cookie dough in 2024, you can use that cookie dough as well as the travel dough to make a payment, and that will work to offset the balance that you owe. So just like cookie dough, girls will choose travel dough. We'll get that code emailed to them on April 24th at the end of the program. I do want to note that travel dough is an option instead of cookie dough at each level, but girls can mix and match. So if a Girl Scout wants cookie dough at one level, but travel dough at another, she's absolutely welcome to make those decisions. I do want to note that travel dough is non-refundable. So if you use that to put a deposit down on a trip, but then end up not going on the trip, it is non-refundable and it is non-transferable. So if we have an older Girl Scout who is aging out and wants to transfer it to a younger sister, unfortunately, that is not allowed. So our girls do earn rewards based on 3 different categories, based on the total boxes they sell, their digital cookie sales, and Operation Cookie Share donations. So in order to save some time for you, I wanted to just go ahead and put the reward program up here on the screen. Hopefully your troop leaders, in addition to a parent permission form, have also given you a copy of this recognition insert. Just a couple of things that I would like to highlight on this while we're taking a look at it. So this first row here are items plus cookie dough or travel dough. The 300 box level, a girl has a choice between the plush or cookie dough or travel dough. At 400 boxes, a girl will earn the cookie crossover patch as long as she has met all of the requirements from the 2023 fall product program. If your Girl Scout earned the personalized patch during the fall product program, that does mean that she is eligible for this cookie crossover patch by selling 400 or more boxes. So you'll see here where it is plus or travel dough or cookie dough. One thing I do want to highlight when looking at our gift cards is, unfortunately, the American Girl gift card is no longer an option. Our vendor of gift cards no longer carries or supports the American Girl gift card, and so we were unable to include that for our 2024 cookie program. At that level or at those levels, girls still do have a choice between an Amazon or Walmart gift card as well as cookie or travel dough. The 1800 box level here is what is considered the super seller level. So if a girl sells 1800 or more boxes, she will be invited to our super seller celebration, which will likely be scheduled in June. We will reach out to those winners at the conclusion of the program to let you know about the event and to congratulate you on that milestone. As I mentioned a little bit earlier, all of these rewards are cumulative. So if a girl sells 500 boxes, she earns all of these rewards here up to the 500 box level. If a girl does go above and beyond and sell 3,000 or more boxes and earns that Disney trip or MacBook Pro, I do want to note that 1,800 box level, the $350 gift card is forfeited in order to put more towards that Disney trip or the MacBook Pro. So I saw a question pop up here. So yes, that is a more of a troop related question. So if you wouldn't mind actually sending me a message here at the email I'm putting on in the chat here, I'll be able to help you with that question then in the morning. So thank you so much for that. I do appreciate you reaching out. So here also are our shipped only rewards. So girls can earn a techie patch, a lanyard, or a pair of Own Your Magic socks. Girls also earn items for their Operation Cookie Share donations, and those you can see here are the Cookie Share patch, the backpack clip, and one of those PB&J, the plush belly jellies. So as I mentioned, also in our boutiques, we will have special cookie dough only items. Again, these are exclusive only for girls with cookie dough. You can see the items and the prices there below, but we have lots of fun different options for our girls. Lots of axolotl things. The plush or the large pillow is super cute. The axolotl t-shirt is really adorable. She kind of wraps around to the back there, so her tail is on the back of the shirt. And the Mood Mixer Camp Light has all kinds of different light options for our girls. So if they're going to head to camp or are going to be doing any sort of nighttime outdoor activities, it's a great way to light up their space. also have patches for sale in our local boutiques. They are available for $1.50. That does include the My First Cookie sale. That's a great way to commemorate a Girl Scouts First Cookie program. We also have the booth sales patch, so that if Girl Scouts participate in a booth sale, that's always a great patch to add to their vest or sash. Sometimes troop leaders will pick up these patches for girls in their troop. So I would just reach out to your troop leader about those patches before you go and purchase one for yourself. But if your troop isn't planning to buy one, you're always more than welcome to purchase one for your Girl Scout as well. So that brings us to the tech side of the cookie program. So for those of you that are veterans for the Girl Scout cookie program, you may recall that we used to use Smart Cookie for Girl Scouts online marketing, but this year we are all Girl Scout councils are using the digital cookie platform. So emails for the digital cookie platform should have arrived to our Girl Scouts yesterday, December 11th. If you did not receive that email, please reach out to either your troop leader or you can contact our customer care team and they will put you in touch with the appropriate staff member in order to get your Girl Scout loaded into the system as soon as possible. So the big question this year is, which do I use, Smart Cookies or digital cookie? So Girl Scouts, parents, and guardians will no longer use Smart Cookies at all. You will all be using the digital cookie platform to run your online cookie storefront. So for our troop leaders who are also parents that may be on the call, girl accounts will live in Smart Cookies, so troops will be able to see their troop roster, but all girl accounts will be accessed through digital cookie. So digital cookies URL is there on the screen for you. It is digitalcookie.girlscouts.org. I would recommend going ahead and bookmarking that site so that way you can easily find it when you and your Girl Scout are ready to tackle the cookie program. One thing I do want to mention, because I know in the age of social media, it is a great thing to be sharing your Girl Scouts link on, your page as a parent. Our council welcomes you to do so, but I do want to make sure that we do proceed with some caution. So any sort of posting on a third-party sales website or Facebook page, so that could be eBay, Amazon, that does include any garage sale or selling wall pages on Facebook, that is not allowed. So GSUSA does not allow cookies to be sold on a third-party platform. So that does unfortunately include Facebook Marketplace. We try not to have our cookies on Facebook Marketplace. So a couple of recommendations there is to avoid using, selling or sales as well as the $sign. We know it's typically an accident if someone ends up on Facebook Marketplace. If you notice another Girl Scout or parent, I know it's easy to start an argument on social media or something, but you can just casually remind them that that's not allowed, or let our council know and we can reach out to them. But do try to avoid any garage sale, selling walls on Facebook or Facebook Marketplace. You are allowed to share posts on any personal pages, and also in any neighborhood groups without sales, as long as that is allowed by the group's standards. So some groups that are public will not allow any sort of sales. Some groups would be, like Pheasant Ridge neighborhood Facebook page, and maybe sales are allowed there. I would just check with the admin for each of those groups before posting there. So we do welcome you to share on social media. We just ask you to be cautious in sharing your daughter or Girl Scout social media link online. So digitalcookie.girlscouts.org again is the URL for digital cookie. And really there are 4 steps that we're going to go through here. It's a really easy way to get started. So step number 1 here is you're going to get registered. Step number 2 is you're going to set up your site. Then you'll invite customers and be able to track your progress. So we're going to go through each of these steps here in depth. But I do want to make sure too to also highlight that there is a digital cookie app for our Girl Scouts and their parents. It is available on Google Play or the App Store. There's the icon there on the bottom of the screen, kind of the pixelated cookie with a rainbow background. That would be the app that you are looking to download. So step one of the program is going to be actually getting that Girl Scout cookies email from email@email.girlscouts.org. Again, that should have appeared in your inbox on December 11th, which was yesterday. We have noted that a lot of emails have been arriving in a parent or guardian's junk, spam, promotions, or clutter folder. So you do want to make sure if you don't see an invitation in your inbox to check all of those folders as well. Once you find that email, all you need to do is click the pink Register Now button, and then you'll be prompted and taken to the digital cookie site to create a password. And then from there, the parent's email address as well as the password will be used as your login. So once you set up your password, then you will be prompted to watch the Safe Selling for Smart Cookies video. It will pop up and be required to watch. You will see the continue button that you see on the screen there turn green as soon as the video has concluded, but you won't be able to proceed any further until the full video has been viewed. Once you view that video, then you'll also need to read and accept the terms and conditions agreement. You see that there on the bottom left-hand corner of the screen. If you are a volunteer, you will, and this is the first time that you're logging in, you will see an additional terms and conditions page. But if you are a troop leader or cookie coordinator and you've already been on your troops page, then you have already accepted those terms and conditions. So once you check the box, then you'll be able to click continue. Then you'll be taken to a screen to activate your Girl Scout for the digital cookie program. This is also where you can update their preferred name. So if I have Cassandra in there, but she prefers Cass, that's where you can change her preferred name. If the Girl Scout that you're working with is 13 or older, you do have the option to enter her email address so that she can complete her own registration process. But I do want to highlight that that email does need to be different than the parent email that we use to create the account initially. If your Girl Scout is under 13, then you will work together to log in, and that way then you won't be asked to put in a separate email address. So if you have, you'll activate all of your Girl Scouts. So you may just have one, you may have 2, 3, or 4, depending on how many Girl Scouts are under your care. But once you've activated all those girls, you will then see the Access Site button to be taken to the first Girl Scouts homepage. So once you've registered, you'll also receive an inbox from your registration or for your registration confirmation. And it's a good idea to save that registration confirmation email should there be any questions or issues at the end of the program. So I do want to note, if you are a caregiver as well as a volunteer, you will only walk through this registration process one time. So if you are you've already accessed it, our troop leaders got access last week. So you won't see those parent terms and conditions because you've already accepted those. So step one was registering your site. Then step 2 is setting up your site. So if you have multiple Girl Scouts, I do want to highlight here on the dashboard of the digital cookie page, you will see you are viewing as parent of whichever Girl Scout you're on. If you have multiple Girl Scouts, you can click this, drop down the box, and click the other Girl Scout's name to easily switch between their sites. So once you're in, you're going to want to go ahead and click the site setup button here on the screen. And that way, then you are able to get your site set up. So the first step in setting up your site is setting your target goal. So you will go ahead and put in how many packages of cookies your Girl Scout wants to sell this year through online and offline sales. So however many cookies your Girl Scout wants to sell in total will be put in that box, and then we will calculate that goal based on our council pricing structure. So that information there on step 2 will calculate how much money the troop will earn from her goal and her hard work. Then if you click on the rewards button here, you'll be taken to our council's reward tab. I am in the process of building our rewards tab, and that should be available by the end of the week this week for our Girl Scouts to view all of the rewards that they can earn that we saw earlier on that screen. Then step 4 here is you're going to want to make sure to enter any offline packages. So as girls are selling door to door, if you stop by your parent or guardian's office and sell cookies, if you help at a cookie booth, you'll want to make sure to enter any cookies sold offline, so that way it will work towards your goal calculation. You'll then want to write your cookie story. So you'll start by telling your customers about your troop goal and why it's important. So we plan to work on a service project. We're going to take a trip to Savannah. Whatever your troop is doing with the troop profit, you can share that in step 1. Then step 2, the Girl Scouts will share what they've learned from the Girl Scout cookie program, whether it be making change, how to talk to customers, how to sell cookies, things like that. And then finally, you'll want to click save so that all of those changes are saved. Next, you'll want to make sure to upload a photo and or a video. I do want to highlight that Girl Scouts who upload a video or a photo of yourselves actually sell more than double the boxes on average than those who did not. So customers really do like to see either a photo of the girl or a video of the girl thanking them or encouraging them to sell cookies. So girls can either upload their own video or choose a picture from a gallery. So those will be stock images like the Adventureful. There are other cute options as well if the Girl Scout doesn't feel comfortable sharing her photo. She can also upload a video or use the stock Cookie Boss video that is available via GSUSA. And if a Girl Scout or parent needs help making their own video, you can click the easy button here and it will take you to training resources and an easy step-by-step on how to make your own video. So then you will see what the customer will see. You'll be able to review your digital cookie page. So you'll want to check things like, is spelling and grammar correct when it tells your story? Do your photos and or videos display correctly? Is your goal accurate? If you need to make any changes before you approve, you can click the edit button and make those changes. Otherwise, you can click approve and publish, and then your site is live. So that will mean then that you'll be able to share your digital cookie link on social media or with family and friends via email if you'd like for them to shop from your Girl Scouts cookie page. So I do want to note that if your Girl Scout is 13 or older, their button will say see your site and submit for approval. So that top button there, you'll go ahead and preview and edit. Then the parent will receive an email to approve the girl's site. The parent will log into Digital Cookie and approve that for the girl. So that brings us to step 3, inviting our customers. So girls are able to either add or import customers. So there is an add customer button here. If a girl clicks more, there is an import. So if you have a Google Doc or an Excel spreadsheet of customers from year to year, you can import those to Digital Cookie. You can also add customers by hand. You then will go ahead and click you'll click people that you want to send an email to. You'll click send marketing email, and then you'll be able to choose which one you'd like to send. So options include things like open for business. You can also send a reminder email to any customers who haven't ordered yet that there's still time to order cookies. And then at the end of the program, you can send any of your online customers a thank you email for their support. Again, once you select the email, then you can click send email and it's all sent off for you. So you'll also be able to keep track of where your customers are at. So you'll be able to see, have they opened the email? Which one did you send them? You'll also be able to see if they've ordered for you, as well as the last time you sent them an email. If you don't have all of your customers' emails, you can also copy the URL from your Girl Scouts dashboard. That will be towards the middle of the Girl Scouts digital cookie dashboard. You can either copy the link or click view QR code and be able to copy and share that in an email link or share that QR code with customers. At the end of the program, Girl Scouts can actually export their customer list. Again, that would be from that More button here on the My Cookie Customer screen. This is highly recommended because then you can use those same customers for the fall product program, and then again for the 2025 cookie program as well. So once you invite your customers, then you'll want to keep track of your goal. So we have all kinds of different progress bars and graphs for girls to see, because we know that our Girl Scouts love to see how their sales are progressing. It's nice and colorful, and it really is helpful for our girls and parents. So if you have online customers who chose donated, or you have an in-hand order, those are going to appear right away as soon as you update those. Shipped orders will appear here on your online orders by delivery. Those will appear once the order ships. So that does take a few days. Orders don't ship on weekends or holidays. So you may notice that it takes some time for that shipped bar to shift a little bit, but that will change as soon as an online customer's order ships. In-person delivery orders will appear when the order is approved. So you will see on your dashboard here that you have orders to approve. Once those are approved, then those will go and be what is called a deliver in person, that purple bar, and that will update as soon as you mark them approved. So Girl Scouts can also go in and click update here under packages sold to enter any additional offline cookies. Again, they might have taken cookies to their classroom for the day or something to sell. So any that they added, they can add there here with the update button. That way customers are able to see a true representation of their sales and be able to see their goal in real time. Girls can also see here on a chart what percentage or how many of their sales are online and how many of their sales are offline. So the closer girls get to their goal, the more customers really want to make a difference to help them reach their goal. That's why it's going to be really important for you to continue to update any in-person cookies that have been sold offline. So if Girl Scouts have any other sales or marketing tools, you again can copy those links and view the QR code. You'll also see here if you have in-person orders to approve or deliver, you can easily click on those and be taken to the screen to see what order needs to be filled. And go through all of the other digital cookie tabs, but I wanted to pause here and see if anyone has any digital cookie questions.
I don't see any at this time, Emma.
Perfect.
I have a question because I think I'm starting to confuse myself maybe.
Okay.
So I set up my daughter's digital cookie account, and I found where I can copy the link and view the QR code, stuff like that. So am I able to share that to social media and then tell people they can start placing orders, but they can't receive them until like February 2nd at the earliest, or do we have to wait until February 2nd to share that on social media?
That's a great question. So you are welcome to go ahead and share your Girl Scouts link on social media. The one thing I do want to caution you about is people like to be cookie police on social media and say, you know, pre-selling or selling before the launch date. So just be very careful with how you word your social media posts. So something like, you know, Emma's digital cookie platform has launched. Well, cookies haven't started quite yet and will start in February. If you need your cookie fix now, feel free to place an order for direct or for shipped only. Those will be shipped to your home. Otherwise, if you want your cookies, place an in-person order, and those will be delivered on February 2nd or after. Basically, what we don't want is people in the comments being like, yeah, give me 5 peanut butter patties and 2 peanut butter sandwiches, please. I'll take a caramel delight and an adventureful. We don't want orders in the comments. We really want to make sure that customers know that the online sales are open, but in-person sales will start in February. Does that make sense?
Yeah, if they were to place an order, like say, like my mom wanted to place like a ship to her directly order like today, would she those the ones being delivered to the house, are those being delivered before February 2nd, or is that like the overall start when they'll start sending them out?
So our any customer who chooses shipped only will actually receive their cookies once their order is processed. So if your a Girl Scouts grandmother went ahead and ordered from her today, once that order is processed in a few days, then those will be shipped out from an ABC distribution center. Because those aren't coming directly from a Girl Scout, then those are shipped to the home. But otherwise, if grandma lives in town and wants to see your Girl Scout in her uniform, then she can order online and those cookies then can be delivered once the sale goes live February 2nd.
Okay. And final question. Sorry, I have so many. Um, cause I know like with the fall product, we were able to take like their paper orders and money wasn't due at the time of taking the sale, just when you were at delivery. Is that that doesn't apply to this, correct? Like you need the money like up front. If like say like they want cookies, but you ran out of those cookies and you have to go and get more from the warehouse.
Mhm.
Do I have to have the money up front, of course, because you have to pay, I'm assuming you have to pay for the cookies like once you get to the warehouse. So money's due up front for these ones this time, correct?
So from the customer, yes, typically
Yes.
money is due up front. However, when you come into the local cookie cupboard to place a walk-in order, you don't need to pay for the cookies that day. What happens is you'll fill out a receipt and then the program specialist for that area will actually enter that as a cupboard to troop transfer in the smart cookie system. So the troop leader then will see that transfer and then will be able to make a troop to girl transfer to then give girls the credit for those cookies. So you don't need to bring cash with you when you come into the cupboard or the warehouse to pick up cookies. You'll be charged later, and then we collect money 3 different times via an ACH withdrawal during the program. And we chatted about those during the troop
Yeah.
training.
Yeah. The February 23rd, March 9th, and March 29th, I believe.
Yeah, those were the dates for parents to turn money into troop leaders.
Hmm.
When we did a troop training the last couple of weeks, we actually talked about troop specific withdrawals when our council will take money out of the troop bank account. And those are a little different than the dates I shared this evening.
Okay. All right. Perfect. Thank you so much. Sorry for
No
so many
problem.
questions.
No problem. Thank you for asking those questions. Those were great. Let's see. Do you have examples of approved social media posts somewhere? Unfortunately, I don't. They vary so widely that I don't have options. I just encourage you to use your best judgment and just make sure that it's very clear that online sales are open, but any physical cookie sales or cookies in and around the communities will start on February 2nd. So taking a look at some of the digital cookie tabs, one of the first tabs is the badges tab. So this is a tab that will display the cookie entrepreneur family pins that you see here on the left-hand side, as well as the cookie business badges that's appropriate to your Girl Scouts level. So here you see the daisies pictured, but it is again based on your Girl Scouts grade level. So for the badges, Girl Scouts can read an overview of the steps. For full details, we encourage you to check with your troop leader or purchase the online requirements using the shop link that's there or from your local council store. For the entrepreneur family pins, Girl Scouts can click on the instructions for each step. Then those instructions will pop up and you can click on the link to complete any of the activities in Digital Cookie. Once those activities are completed, a pop-up will appear asking you to confirm that the Girl Scout completed her last step. Once confirmed, then she can't go back. If she wants to do the steps again, she can. They are great tools for her cookie sale. A star will appear at the end of her progress bar once she's earned that, and she will get a congratulations message. Once the Girl Scout has completed her badge or pin, it will display in color on her homepage. So on that dashboard, that pin or the appropriate patch will be grayed out until the Girl Scout has completed that work, and then it will appear in color like you see on the screen here. The Learning tab is going to be fun for our Girl Scouts. The offerings do vary by age, so I don't have an image of all of the different learning sites for each of our age groups, but it does vary by age. You'll want to make sure to click the More Activities button here so that you can see all of the different games and videos. There are also printables, videos, a Daisy cookie booth theater, Daisy Brownie cookies and songs. So all kinds of different activities and cookie planning things for our Girl Scouts, as well as videos of, how to stay safe, how to set your sales goal, and all kinds of fun games as well. So again, more of an interactive piece, a little bit more like the fall product program where there are fun things for the girl to do in Digital Cookie besides just sell the cookies. So the orders tab is going to be really important, especially when we're taking a look at in-person delivery orders. So in-person delivery means that a customer has shopped online. They have paid via credit card, so there is no money to collect, but they would like to see your Girl Scout in person and have them bring the cookies to them. So you will be prompted to either approve or decline the order. I do want to caution you that you have 5 days to approve or decline that order. We do want to make sure that you are approving or declining, because otherwise the customer's order will either be canceled or donated based on what they prefer. So when you have an order to approve, you'll receive an email saying your Girl Scout has cookie orders to approve. You'll log into the Digital Cookie site, go to the Orders tab, and then when you are determining whether or not you're going to approve or decline the order, there's a couple things you want to consider. Is the customer someone you know and trust? So in the age of social media, as links are getting shared, if there's a customer from Washington State that somehow gets your daughter's cookie link and wants an in-person delivery, chances are you're not driving out to Washington State to deliver those cookies, so you would decline that order. If the Girl Scout doesn't know or trust that individual, you can absolutely feel free to decline that order. Another consideration is, are you willing and able to get the cookies to that customer's location before the end of the sale? And also, do you have or will you have the inventory available? If the answers to those questions are yes, you will click the box over to the left of that order number, and then approve or decline will be not gray, it will be colored, and you'll be able to choose approve order. What's really great about Digital Cookie is that instead of needing to approve an in-person delivery order via the email, you will actually approve or decline in-person delivery orders via the Digital Cookie website. It will also show you how many days you have left to approve that order, so that if you know you won't be able to approve it right away, but you check with your troop leader and you'll be able to get the cookies in a couple days, you can go ahead then and approve that order. If you have any customer or order details, so how many boxes did they order, any sort of information like that, you'll click the person's name under the paid by column to see their customer and order details. So again, once you check that box, you'll either check approve or decline. You can approve or decline multiple orders at a time. I do want to make sure that you are aware that once you approve or decline that order, you can't change the action and an email is deployed to the customer. So if the customer's order is approved or is declined, then they will be prompted, their order will be canceled. If as a parent or guardian, you accidentally forget that you have an order to approve and those days left to approve gets down to 0, that order will automatically either be canceled or donated. When the customer is shopping, they are asked, should your order be unfulfilled? Would you like to be charged and donate the cookies, or would you rather your order be canceled and your credit card won't be charged? Each person will make their choice, and then if that order is left unapproved, or declined, then it will defer to their next choice, whether that was donate or just cancel the order altogether. So once you click approve order, you'll get this pop-up here that says you'll need to make sure to have cookies or get them from your troop leader. Are you willing to travel to the address? Then if you are, you'll click approve order. Once you approve, the customer will receive an email that lets them know that they can expect to receive their cookies within 2 weeks of when they have placed their order. So once that has been approved, then the customer will be notified. If the order is declined, you'll get a pop-up message confirming you want to decline the order, and then understand if the order is either going to be canceled or donated. So when you click decline here, you'll see 2 of the orders you selected were chosen to donate, 0 were going to be canceled. So once you click decline, then the customer will be made aware that their order was donated. If they chose cancel, they'll also receive an email that says that their order has been canceled. So again, that is based on the approval or you declining that in-person order. So then you'll see here that you have 2 orders to deliver. You can either select all if you've spent a day delivering all of these cookies, or you can select by customer. Once you mark these cookies as delivered, then that will automatically update your cookie inventory, and it will also automatically update your sales tracker that we took a look at on your dashboard. So you'll want to make sure then and check that, and then that order delivered box will become live, and you will be able to get the cookie credit for those sales. So if you had a customer who shopped from you that wasn't on your customer list, it is a good idea to go ahead and add that to your customer list for next year. So you can select all of your digital cookie online orders and choose to add them to customer list, as well as export them as well if you would like to save them. If that person is already in your customer list, you will see a check over here, but you are welcome to add any other customers to your list so that way you can include them for future sales, whether that be fall products or cookies. Rewards tab is a fun tab for our Girl Scouts. That is an area where girls can see the rewards that they earn for selling cookie packages. They can also get more details about each of the rewards and select which ones they want when they unlock a new reward level through their cookie sales. Girls can also see where their cookie goal is in relation to their rewards. And they can also see all the rewards they have earned by clicking on the down arrow on the right-hand side here. So they can click this and it will drop down all of the rewards that they've earned. You may see where it's still locked. You'll see a lock image there if the girl hasn't quite earned it, but you can still see the rewards so you know what you're working towards. So the data for what rewards your Girl Scout has earned comes from the amount of cookies the troop volunteer has in their records for your Girl Scout. So by them completing transfers in Smart Cookie, as well as you updating your offline sales, as well as keeping current with any in-person orders. There are some rewards that won't be able to be seen, but that will absolutely mean that the girls will still be able to pull those rewards. But thankfully our program is pretty standard, so girls will be able to see the majority, if not all, of their rewards. So taking a look at this here, a Girl Scout will be prompted when they go to rewards to say, congratulations, click on your reward level and make a choice. So a girl can see where their goal is. So this girl, Sam here, her goal was 500 packages. She hasn't quite earned that yet, but she has earned these 2. The 250 box level had an option where she needs to make sure that she selects a size for her t-shirt. That's also where you'll make a selection of either the item or cookie dough and travel dough, or whatever those options may be, as we took a look at a little bit earlier. So the My Cookies tab offline inventory is where you will enter any of the inventory you have in your, at your home. So you'll see how many packages here you have. So that is, again, showing you how many cookies should be in your inventory. That shows the total number of packages that have been allocated to the girl by the troop volunteer. And so then as your Girl Scout has offline sales, she will want to add that. So she will, I've sold 1 peanut butter patty, now I've sold 3. She'll click the plus button and then save those updates. That will help to keep her inventory current, as well as make sure that she's getting all of the rewards that she has earned. So with current inventory, you can see here your offline sales versus pending sales versus the inventory that you need. So the first column here is your current inventory. This will show you the total number of packages you have by a variety. You'll also be able to see how the numbers are broken down. So your Girl Scout received 82 Adventurefuls from the initial order. 2 were delivered online sales. So currently she has 80 in her inventory. So the received order will again show you the initial order, or any other transfers that may be made to your Girl Scout for cookie credit will be put here. Then any offline sales you've done in hand on the app sales or delivery sales will be added as well to show you your current inventory. So the next section here shows you what you need or what orders you have pending to fill. And so expanding each variety will show you that you have 10 unapproved Thin Mints. Once you approve those, then you'll see that you have 10 undelivered Thin Mints. Then in the third column over here, you'll see inventory needed. So right now there is no inventory needed, except there are 10 Thin Mints that are needed. Should this in this column here show Thin Mints and Adventurefuls, you would see that there would be Adventurefuls added in this column as well. So if you do have any questions about the numbers on the received orders that are listed in your current inventory, be sure to reach out to your Troop Cookie volunteer or your troop leader for some more information. I do want to make sure to remind you as well that it may take your troop volunteers to take a few days to enter transactions. They are busy as well, so they will get to that as soon as they can. So please be patient if you've received cookies from your troop that need to be entered. We will make sure that your troops are entering those. So the financials tab will be nice to be able to see how much money is owed for cookies and how that has been calculated. So this is a really valuable tool to help you understand the amount that is due for the cookie sale and how that amount due is calculated. So taking a look at the at a glance view is a great way to see the overall amounts paid and due. If you need more of the details, you can drop down these boxes here and see how each of those have been broken down. So there's 4 sections you'll see here. The first one is the initial cookies or the order card. This is where any initial order cookies that your Girl Scout has ordered will be listed. If you expand this section, you will find information on the initial packages you ordered, minus any packages you received for in-person delivery orders, because those were already prepaid. You'll also see any council charity. So you'll see Operation Cookie Share listed here with $6. And those will be any packages that you have orders for as well. That are the additional cookies received. These are the same as the initial order varieties listed, but these reflect packages that have been transferred to you from your troop. If you have questions about this, or that figure doesn't quite reflect the packages you picked up, please reach out to your troop volunteer. Next column is the payments column. So this shows you online paid. So those are anything collected by in-person or shipped only orders. You'll also see offline paid. That's for any cookies that are sold in person. So if this does not match your records, please make sure to contact your Troop Cookie volunteer to make sure you understand why there is a difference. And then finally, you'll see the total balance due. You'll see the total money owed based on the amount of cookies assigned to your Girl Scout. You'll also see the total money paid based on any online sales, as well as any payments you've made to your troop. Your troop leader will update any girl payments in the smart cookie system, and you'll see those reflected in your digital cookie system. So the My Cookies tab is a great way for you and your Girl Scout to manage any Girl Scout cookies. If you don't want to allow your Girl Scout to deliver cookies at all, you do have the ability as a parent or guardian to make that inactive. That does mean that she will be removed from, or not removed from the cookie site, but her delivery option will be removed from the cookie site, and only customers will only have the shipped option. Girls and parents can also manage your cookie inventory. So if you are out of a certain variety, you can actually turn those off and on as you get cookies or run out of cookies. That way, people shopping on your Girl Scouts cookie links won't be able to order cookies that you don't have in inventory. I do want to make sure that as you turn this active or inactive or any of these varieties off or on, you do want to make sure that you click the update delivery settings option every time you make a change in the delivery settings tab. Cheers tab is a fun new feature that our Girl Scouts can see. Girls can also send cheers to their fellow Girl Scouts in their troop. Girls can also receive a cheer from their troop leader or their customer as well. So you can either go to send a cheer from the digital cookie platform, or it's also one of the tab options at the top of the dashboard. So to send a cheer, Girl Scouts can pick a cheer. So they can pick a Girl Scout, pick a cheer to send. They can click a drop-down box of certain messages that says, "You're awesome, way to go, you're a rock star," those kinds of things. They're all pre-populated. They can also choose an image that will go with that message, and they can send this cheer. I do want to note that Girl Scouts can only send cheers to them. So that is just a fun little feature for girls to be able to utilize and have some positive experiences online. So the dashboard will alert your Girl Scout when they have cheers. So it will say you have 2 new cheers to look at. You'll click view your recent cheers, and then you'll see the pop-ups and the images and who they are from. So that again is really fun for our Girl Scouts to be able to see. So taking a look at the customer view, when your Girl Scout sends them a cookie email, they will be sent this email here to encourage them to view their digital cookie site. They'll click the green button to order cookies. Then the customer will enter how many of each variety they would like to order. I do want to show that some of the varieties may be in-person delivery only. So that is something, again, that's turned off and on by you and your Girl Scout. It also will show gluten-free varieties, things like that. I do want to also note here that this is just a pre-populated screen grab, so our cookie prices will reflect as $6. Customers can also choose to donate cookies. It will have information as to, donations go to Operation Cookie Share. There's no shipping cost. If they have questions about which cookies they're ordering, they can scroll through here and check out the cookies. They also can see where you are to your goal. So the Girl Scout is only 12 packages left to go. Maybe that customer then will take it upon themselves to order 12 packages to help that Girl Scout hit their goal. Once a customer has entered their order, then they will click check out. Once they click checkout, they can also be prompted to add a gift box if they are sending or ordering 6 or more packages of cookies. They can add a gift box for $5 additional. That is for shipping only orders. That is not available for in-person delivery orders. So then the customer will choose their delivery method. They can either ship the cookies for a 4-package minimum. There are shipping fees that apply, or they can have the Girl Scout deliver the cookies. Now, on the previous screen, when we saw that you can turn Girl Scout delivery off and on, if you've turned that off, customers will only be able to see the ship the cookies option. So then customers will enter their first name, last name, address, all of that information. They'll click continue and then be prompted to choose their order preferences. So this is where they will choose to either have their order donated or canceled if the order is declined. They can choose connect with Girl Scouts if they would like to, connect with Girl Scouts and become a Girl Scout themselves. And then they can include their payment details. Once they do that, then they will see all of their order, their subtotal. And then once they are ready, then they will click place order. So the customer is notified that it could take up to 5 days for their order to be approved. And so then after that, then they will be notified once the order is approved that those cookies will be delivered as soon as possible once that order is fulfilled. So then customers will receive a confirmation email. So they will click place an order. They will get a confirmation page. They'll also receive an email. They can send a cheer to the Girl Scout. They can also choose to place another order, join Girl Scouts, or become a volunteer themselves. There are digital cookie shipping fees, as I mentioned. I do want to go through those here. We have 2 different tiers. 4 to 8 packages ships for $12.99. 9 to 12 packages ships for $14.99. The prices then continue on as you go on. So for example, with 13 packages, you would have tier B, 12 packages, plus tier A for 1 more package for a total of $27.98. This year, we are able to offer shipping to Hawaii, Alaska, Puerto Rico, Guam, the U.S. Virgin Islands, and any APO, FPO, or DPO address. There is a $5 surcharge, but we are able to ship to those addresses this year. So don't make the decision for your customers. Always ask, if you're afraid about the shipping costs, the worst they can say is no. Absolutely send those marketing emails and you might be surprised by who will still order cookies. Customers want the cookies and are willing to pay for shipping. And they have the option to not purchase shipped and still donate. And that is more sales, but without any extra work on your part. So the mobile app is an option for our Girl Scouts. Again, that is available via Google Play or the App Store. I do want to note that in order to use the mobile app, you do have to register your Girl Scouts digital cookie account from a laptop or some sort of computer before you can use the mobile app. Once you've done that, download the app. You'll log in with your email and password. Then you'll be able to set those up. Again, that has to be done in the browser first before you can access your mobile app. So if you haven't yet set that up, then you'll be given this notification here that in order to use the app, go to Digital Cookie and register your account. If you are a parent of multiple Girl Scouts, you will have the choice to select from different Girl Scouts. If you are a troop leader as well as a parent, you'll be able to log into the Troop Digital Cookie app so that you are able to take payments for the entire troop, like at a booth or something like that. So you may have multiple accounts, so you'll want to make sure to select the appropriate account when you're using the Digital Cookie app. So as far as making an app on the sale, it's very, very simple. You'll arrive at the home page here. It looks a little bit different than the browser. So to create a new order, you're just going to click the blue New Cookie Order button. You'll enter the number of cookies by variety that the customer is ordering by using the plus and minus signs next to each variety. And then you'll be prompted to check out. At the checkout, you'll select the delivery method. Most likely, if you are using the mobile app to make a sale, you are going to say you're going to click the Give Cookies to Customer Now. If you're talking to grandma on the phone and she says, yeah, I want to order online, but I want you to deliver them to me later, you can also put this order in your mobile app and then choose delivery later. That will then be in your in-person orders screen, like we looked at a little bit earlier, for you to mark as delivered a little bit later. So then you will enter, if the customer chooses shipped, then the customer will either give you or you'll enter the shipped or delivery information. If it's in hand, you're giving to the customers now, then you can actually use the scan card feature to scan the customer's credit card and enter their information. You can also enter it by hand, but why not use technology if it's there for you? So that will take a picture of the card, but it does not save a picture of the card to the troop leader or the parent's phone. It's immediately dumped. It's just used to fill that information on the order screen. So then you're able to view your orders by going to the All Orders section of your app. Tapping on All Orders or scrolling down will make all of the orders visible by delivery method. So you can actually see the delivery or the details for each order. You'll click on the green arrow next to the view all of those orders in that order type. And so, for example, if you wanted to see the orders you have to deliver, you would click this green arrow here and you will see the details for that cookie order. So then you'll click the green arrow for that order. The details will appear and you'll either approve or decline that order. And then that will update the order status as approved for delivery. Then once you deliver that in-person order, you can mark that order as delivered right from the app. So for our troops, we do have a troop view. I am going to go ahead and skip over this because we did cover the mobile app a bit with our troops, and I'm going to provide some additional resources for our troops as well. So should you have any issues with registration or things like that, if you think you should have received your email and you haven't, you can go to digitalcookie.girlscouts.org and use the forgot password option. You can also click the need help to log in link. You'll be taken here to this help with login screen. You can either request a registration email that will be sent to our customer care team and they will address that and get you a registration email. If you're having problems with your email address or password, there's also tips and tricks to help with that as well. If you've tried all of this and it's still not working, if you click at the bottom, contact customer support, you'll be directed to GSUSA's customer support and they'll be able to assist you with your digital cookie issues. So if you request a digital cookie registration email and your email isn't recognized, it will give you the error here that you see in the yellow box on the left-hand side of your screen. In that case, then you'll want to contact customer support and they'll get you in touch with our counsel. If it does recognize your registration email and you click submit, then you'll be able to get that registration email and start your Girl Scouts account. You can also check to see if registration has started by using the drop-down box and choosing our council. Spoiler alert, our council has started registration for our troops. So then you'll enter your Girl Scout first name, last name, and troop number. All fields are required and you'll click search. If we have your information loaded in the system, you'll be able to see that. If not, you'll receive this error message here. The information you entered could not be matched. Then you'll reach out to your Girl Scout troop leader or your council for assistance, and we'll help you get your Girl Scouts digital cookie account ready to go. So if the girl and parent information is in digital cookie, then you'll be able to either update details or send a registration email. This is, I do want to note, if a user is also a volunteer, you won't be able to update your details here. If you need to update volunteer contact information, you'll need to do that in our Smart Cookie system. So if you are just a parent of a Girl Scout, you'll be able to update details here. If you are a troop volunteer, you'll need to make those changes in Smart Cookie. And then once Smart Cookie syncs with digital cookie, you'll be then caught up and good to go. You'll update those details, submit the changes, and then I will receive an email as counsel to approve those updates. I'll double check the updates, make sure everything looks good, and then 9 times out of 10, I will click OK, submit, and those changes will be approved. So the Digital Cookie Help Center will also be a resource for our Girl Scouts and their parents or guardians. So again, if you are a volunteer and you click help, you can go to volunteer. If your customers need help, there's options here as well. As a parent or a Girl Scout, you'll click that option and you'll see account setup, cookie site setup, mobile app help. Each box then has a further breakdown that helps you further determine what question you have, and each category has instructions, links to tip sheets, and even a video tutorial to help you. If you've looked around and you still can't find what you need, you can always contact customer support. You can also live chat with Digital Cookie support agents during business hours. They are open 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Monday through Friday. So you can live chat, but there's also all kinds of other contact options for our Girl Scouts and their parents as well. So if you need Digital Cookie help, your troop leader is a resource, your local staff at your Girl Scout office is a resource. Also, our council website is a resource. Our council website is getyourgirlpower.org. At the top of the screen, you'll see the cookies section. As a parent or guardian or Girl Scout, you'll want the resources for cookie sellers. As a troop volunteer, you'll want the troop cookie resources tab. So we do have smart cookie instructional videos for our troop leaders, digital cookie tip sheets for troops and Girl Scouts and parents, as well as other cookie program materials and girl and parent guardian training materials. So as a reminder, our Girl Scout cookie dough will expire September 21st. So if your Girl Scout earns that cookie dough code, you'll want to make sure to spend that by September 21st. If your Girl Scout wants to receive that online code to shop on GSUSA's website, they do need to request a code by September 6th. That does bring us to the conclusion of the training this evening. I again want to thank each and every one of you for your time this evening. I will go ahead and stop the share here, but I will pause and keep it open if anyone has any questions. If you don't have questions, please feel free to go ahead and leave the training at your convenience. And we will have this posted here. It will be posted on our website, getyourgirlpower.org, on the cookies section of resources for our cookie sellers. That should be available by tomorrow afternoon. I do have to convert this recording and then upload it to YouTube, but that will be done by tomorrow afternoon and posted on our website for your viewing. But again, I thank you all for your time. If you have any questions, I will stay on the line for a few more moments. But otherwise, I thank you. And if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to our customer care team. I am going to go ahead and throw that customer care email and phone number in the chat box, so you have that at your fingertips as well.
And you can stop the recording then too, Emma, if you like.
Yes, I will do that. Thank you.
You're welcome.